What's going on, everybody? This is the Falcon and Winter Soldier post-show wrap-up. And we're here today with a new guest, even though he's not new to the show. Give it up for the scourge of the internet,
I'm a
is
scourge.
Sir Wednesday.
Hi,
And of
that's me.
course, we got our boy Roundhouse and the political shield, my boy Chad Douglas.
Chad Douglas.
I know
I,
him.
I know him.
Okay, we of course have all seen the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I can attest to two of these people, but the third one has seen it too. And look, he's rocking that pre Captain America outfit, the first Falcon outfit that he wore in Civil War, right?
I
No,
said that. No.
not Civil War. Winter Soldier. And I have two questions that deals with the show, and three that deals with the future of what's to come. So, and I might have a fourth one, maybe. So, first one I have, of course, is where do you guys think Steve Rogers really is? I'm going to start with the newbie of this watch along party, even though he didn't watch any of it with us. So Wednesday.
Yes, I was very selfish. I watched it by myself.
So go ahead. So Wednesday, give us your thought and speculation on what do you think, where you think Steve Rogers is.
uh, Steve Rogers, more than likely, he's pulling a Stan Lee and a Clark Kent at the same time. He's in plain sight. Low key, who knows? They probably where's Waldo'd him this entire time, and we just been looking at him but not realizing he's been there the whole time. He's literally probably in plain sight because that's the best hiding spot for anything, especially someone as high profile as Steve Rogers. But he's probably changed his hair. He's probably got a different, like a beard or whatever, maybe a mustache, who knows? And he's just living his life off the clock. He keeps, he probably listens to like the Incredibles. He probably listens to the radio here and there just to see what's going on. But he's like, nah, I'm good
Hmm,
because he had his meaning to stay in the past and be quiet, and that's what he's gonna do. Live his life. He put in his time, so I just think
okay.
he's in plain sight, and we've probably seen him all this time and not realized it.
All right. Okay, Mr. Our own Captain America himself, political shield. What do you think Steve Rogers is really?
I think he's probably chilling up in space. I think he's on the on that sword space station.
Okay, okay.
I don't think I think he's around, um, just not reachable. Because every time they talked about him, they said that he's gone.
Right.
They never said that he was dead, and they just said that he's gone. So when I hear somebody say that somebody is gone, I'm just thinking that there's somewhere that just cannot be easily reached. And I can think that the space station in my head would be the best place for Steve to be, because one, he can help Nick Fury build the organization, right, and overlook it and oversee it. That's one. Two, he wouldn't interfere, at least directly, with Sam as Captain America. And then third, if he needs to interfere, he already has a platform to interfere if necessary.
Oh, okay, okay. Interesting.
You can have old man Steve Rogers. So
That's true. Who in the comic books he was the director of Shield in the comic books, but he could be maybe like a director of some subsidiary of Sword.
maybe Hail Hydra. Who knows?
Oh man.
Oh God. Okay. Roundhouse, you're up next, brother. Where do you
Uh,
think Steve Rogers really is?
I think he's living single.
Yeah, now he is
Yeah, because Peggy did.
twice.
Yeah. So I think Chad was on the money with that. I think he's not only the director of Shield, or I think he's secretly the main leader of the Avengers. I think that's what it is, because the Avengers are still they're still Avengers. They're just off doing their own thing. There's no need for them to be called upon on right now at this point. I think they're just, when he said, he wanted them to, he went and got a little bit of that life. I think he wanted that for everybody. That was the Avengers. So I think everybody went, and they either went back into what they were doing before, right? Like Doctor Strange went to back being Doctor Strange and shit, protecting Earth. Falcon and Bucky kind of Bucky, was going to try to make amends and stuff like that. Whereas Falcon got back into it, almost leaving where Cap left off at,
Right.
Wanda coming back after 5 years, we saw that,
Right.
She really had no guidance and nobody there. So I think, there was like, because it's weird. It's also weird because Hawkeye's not there, because we don't know what happened with him. But you know what I mean? I think there's a level of like, Cap is not there, he's gone, right? I do think he's not, maybe not on Earth, because he's, he may be the main leader for the Avengers because Tony's dead, Cap's gone, but he's not dead, so he's gone. But the main leader of Avengers is like literally two of the main leaders are gone. We don't even know what's going on with Bruce, so we don't know. So it's a I don't know. We don't know where half of the leaders of the Avengers really are.
Well, yeah, well, we're gonna hopefully we're gonna be finding
We'll find out, but
Bruce and She-Hulk.
Right, like we don't know. So
yeah,
we know where Nick Fury is at.
Yeah,
and we know where Monica Rambeau's going.
Right.
So who's to say that Cap's not up there with Nick Fury? I would think because he sat there and waited for Sam and everybody to catch up, if you want to be technical about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think because he caught up with time, like time caught up with him, I think him and Nick Fury are like up in
collaborating.
Yeah. And I think old Cap is literally one of the leaders of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. is still around, but very secretive. And I think Cap's the leader.
Kind of like you're thinking old Cap is kind of trying to bring S.H.I.E.L.D. back alive, but he's still trying to keep them quiet. So when they do slowly emerge, it won't seem like a surprise, and people be like, "Oh no, S.H.I.E.L.D. They Hydra." Right. But when they see Captain America as the lead, they'd be like, "Oh,
right,
okay." No,
but he's letting everybody do their thing. He's not interfering, because at that point in time, he's like, he wants them to get that little bit of life. That was one of the key things. He said, "I went and got a little bit of life," like Tony said. Not everybody else did that, but maybe after Tony dying and Cap disappearing, it's like maybe everybody else did. Some people went and continued,
with the exception of Barton.
Yeah, well, some people.
I mean, Cap also went back in time and did that life that lived that life that Tony wanted him to live.
Yeah.
Even though he told him, live a life, live the life of live a quiet life and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure, definitely, that he did like save himself, like stop a lot of things that he wasn't able to stop before, when he was on ice, like saving Bucky early and all this other junk in that other timeline, and then coming back and then just living that quiet life.
Yeah, well,
I get you.
We'll see the effects of the timelines, only because we got one timeline that's screwed up because Loki still has a Tesseract and escaped.
Yeah.
So we don't know where that timeline is, because if Loki escaped, that's a different other timeline, right? Cap staying back there, that's a different. Now this is a different timeline. So there's two different timelines. They can play with either one.
They
and that's
really can. They really can.
They got options.
They got
Okay.
options, and that's the good thing. Have
Right.
options.
Next question. Who else do you guys think knew about Isaiah Bradley? Now I got four people on the list that are top tier that I think might have that, and I think I'll give my reasons of why.
The entire
two of them.
U.S. government.
Let me go first because I gotta check on some food. So
all right, hold on. So we got Ross, Val, Nick Fury, Peggy Carter. Those are the four that I'm thinking of.
I don't. I think Peggy Carter was the one who took pity on him.
Okay.
And got him out. I think that's who it was. He's like, because remember when he was talking about how he, one of
So
the.
you think she was a nurse? She kind of disguised herself as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think she was the one who took pity on him and got him away. I think that was her. She was the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D.
True. Here's what I have a thought about with Peggy Carter. I believe that I don't think she was a nurse, but I believe that she knew about it after it happened. Like it was in the records about him and stuff like that, but the government tried to wipe it away so much. And when it finally got to a point of her knowing, she definitely didn't approve of it.
Yeah.
And she knew damn well there was no way like this could have gone officially, you know what I mean? Like that's what she probably thought, and probably would have got her into the investigation of a possible turncoat within S.H.I.E.L.D.
Maybe.
And maybe the her illness probably seemed like a natural thing, and maybe it's something that Hydra caused.
Maybe. I'd also think that Tommy Lee Jones character, who he played,
He might have known too.
Knew probably the one who orchestrated it.
Gotcha.
Because he saw how well it worked.
Right.
Cap. I think he was the main culprit behind it. I almost have a feeling that Anthony Stark had a small thing to do with it. Because remember, they had a whole council around in the 70s. They had a whole S.H.I.E.L.D. council. It was Anthony Stark, her.
That was the 80s, bro.
Was it? No, it was 70s.
Oh, no, that was the 80s.
Because, yeah, okay. I guess I
remember Ant-Man. That was like.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was. So I think it was a lot of them, except for Ant-Man. But a lot of them were Hydra anyway.
Who?
During that time. Some of them were Hydra during that time.
I think most of those people were killed by Hydra agents. Well, as you know, the Starks were by the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
All right, go check on your food.
Yeah. I guess I'll turn the camera off at this point.
Whatever.
I mean, sure, you can.
We know what you look like.
Political Shield, go right ahead. Who do you think out of the four I listed are might have known about Isaiah Bradley's existence? Chad.
I think that well, if Peggy Carter knew, then Harold Stark must have known. I do believe that Nick Fury had to have known.
That dude knows about everything.
Exactly. Have digged it up and
sure, he didn't like the shit that happened, but he probably kept it secret anyway, knowing.
Exactly. And I mean, and I think Roundhouse makes a really good point, because when you started talking about Peggy Carter, I started thinking immediately Harold Stark must have known, because Winter Soldier killed him for that blue serum.
Good point.
So they probably had used, I mean, with all the experimentations and all that stuff that they did on Isaiah Bradley, they probably used it to go for that serum, which also would tell me that Ross, considering his position as being a general
I'm
and
sure he
him
would
trying
know.
to do research and trying to get the serum and all of that stuff, probably there's a better chance than not that he knew. It is possible that he didn't know because with top secret. See, the thing is, when you got top secret clearance, that doesn't necessarily mean that gives you clearance to everything.
Right.
There's also a thing called need to know.
Right.
So even if you have a top secret clearance, if you're digging into top secret clearance information that has nothing to do with you, then that's illegal. You get into trouble for that.
Right.
So it is also possible that Ross probably doesn't know. That he may. I mean, I think I think it's a high chance that he does know than not.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there was one other person that I thought would probably know. No, I don't think that Hank Pym would know. He wouldn't know.
Especially with his outburst that we saw in Ant-Man. He
Right,
punched that dude in the face.
right. I don't think he would have known, but yeah, but those are definitely people I think probably know. Peggy Carter, Harold Stark, Nick Fury, and
Ross.
General Ross.
Okay. Scourge the internet. It's all yours.
Now, to a degree, I would think maybe Ross would have an inkling of it because even in like the Incredible Hulk movie, he was low key trying to find a way to do a super soldier serum, and that's what in the MCU turned out to be our boy Bruce Banner. So because he worked so hard to create a variant of that classic serum, maybe he had an idea of Isaiah Bradley. Maybe his blood was part of the actual experiment that got exposed to the gamma rays with Bruce, and then ended up creating who he is from that. Because, like Isaiah said, he said they kept running tests, taking my blood, because at that point Steve was on ice. They didn't even know Steve survived, so it's like he's our only viable option as far as super soldier serum. And the sad thing about it is they kept him prisoner for doing the missions that they wanted him to do. He thought about a parallel between him and Walker at one point, where it's like Walker's yelling and it's like, yo, I did what you trained me to do, and basically you're throwing me away. And I'm like, I felt like that parallel between him and Isaiah, because it's like I did the job, but the only difference is
Walker didn't go to jail.
Correct. Walker didn't go to jail.
And a lot of people think that was another thing too with Walker basically at the end they felt that he didn't learn anything and he was just turned into US agent. It was almost like he was reinstated and almost like there was no redemption arc for him, and it almost seems like he never got any real justice for what he did. Like he was still there's fans out there who believe that he didn't really, it's not like he really learned anything. And he's just still gonna be Captain Jackass when we meet him again.
He's not holding the shield of Captain America.
Correct. But I feel that he still thinks he can be.
He can
Captain
be
America.
something.
Yeah.
Because he's got the serum and he can do stuff. He knows he can be something.
Right.
And yeah. But as far as like the other people who knew, Val may have an inclination of it, but just like what Chad said, there's a need to know. Maybe her clearance only goes but so far. She probably knows about it, maybe not the name of the individual.
Yeah, but she knew about the shield, and how can you know about a shield that doesn't even belong to that timeline? That's crazy.
Who says she's from the timeline?
I mean, the old shield was broken in half by Thanos in the fight, and then it was lost in the rubble.
That's true. But what's the name? Just like they made like a new Captain America suit.
They could have made a
for
new
Bucky.
shield.
They probably just made a new shield.
Could
And
have. You're right.
And it's probably pure vibranium rather than a composite, which is what they had.
Mm.
Man,
Well, I mean, no, the original one was pure vibranium.
No, it was a composite.
Really?
Yeah.
you went down a rabbit hole when you started talking about Walker and if he had learned anything. I just wanted to talk about that real quick, if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead, sir.
Okay. I thought he had a redemption arc, to be honest with you, because and he showed that when he made the decision to save those people.
Facts.
He got jumped, but he decided to save. When he made that decision to save those people, I think he learned a lot. People got to understand, and like I said, I felt for Walker because he was trained to do a job,
right?
And he failed at it.
Horribly.
Yeah, these are fans who basically believed he didn't get a redemption. I mean, I felt differently because of something like that. And I'm sure Sam and Bucky felt the same way. They felt that he redeemed himself at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, all soldiers know that people go through shit.
All right.
Especially every soldier knows that another soldier, they're going through something. And especially him with, getting messed up from his partner dying. And then that super soldier serum really enhancing all of that rage in him. Bucky can definitely understand that downfall.
I was going to actually bring up something that Chad brought up. The serum that Bucky had stole was Isaiah's. That was Isaiah's serum blood. That was his. After that, it was Bruce's, because Bruce is the other super soldier serum that they worked on, because he was using. How the Hulk became what the Hulk is that they were using stuff that they got from some leftover stuff from Isaiah that they, mutated, obviously using gamma radiation. Hence, then why you got the Hulk. And now, they took the Hulk's blood or Bruce's blood, and now you have this version of it that's which we saw in the show. It's Bruce Banner's version, or this doctor created a different version of it now, which is different from Bruce's, different from
then the one in Russia. You can't forget that with Red Guardian,
right? So
in the Red Room, yeah.
So there's another version of it. So
right.
There's 4 radiations of it, and it's crazy. Steve being the first one. So
right. But everyone else, they got weird mutated versions of it. Yeah.
Well, so you got to think of the time period, right? So Isaiah's been experimented on for 30 years.
Yeah.
They had his blood. They had the serum that they had in the United States, which was the one that Bucky stole, right? So they stole that one, and they used that in the, we saw that. Bucky
did steal that one in the 80s, because remember, they were 90s. They were killed in 91.
Right.
That was
Isaiah's. Yeah, that was Isaiah's.
Okay.
After that is Bruce. That's the only other. And then so now you have to count like what happened, like which one was it after that? Because now you have the what's his name from Russia?
The Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian. So now you have to be like, which one is that? Did they use that one? It's almost like you follow the breadcrumbs of where.
And remember also those other 5 that were killed at the end of Civil War.
Yeah.
But
that was Isaiah's.
Right. That was still Isaiah's. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can buy that. Chad, sir. Did you want to comment on more?
Yeah, right. Yeah, real
ahead.
quick.
So
because I don't know what what people would have preferred to have happened to Walker. He wasn't going to go to jail because one, he was on a mission. Two, the person he did kill was labeled a terrorist. What he really got into trouble, let's be honest, for doing it out there in public. That's the reason why he really got into trouble.
That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking too.
That's exactly what he got in trouble for.
Right.
So I'm not really quite sure what people's redemption, because who he killed, I'm sorry. I mean, it's sad. It wasn't the right person. And what he should have done was put him under arrest, but the person wasn't innocent either.
Correct.
That's true.
So I'm not really quite sure what. Sometimes I don't understand. I honestly don't understand people and their thoughts and how they view things. It's not necessarily the reality. It's more like they're putting their own thoughts and projections into what they think it is. It just don't make any sense to me.
See, here's the thing of what certain people are doing. They're looking at the comics as a reference to what he's supposed to be. In the comics, he's a way worse person.
I believe it.
Than he is that they show him on here. But see, I like how they show him on here because they give him humanity. They give him somebody you can relate to, you know, and you see the struggles he's going through, the weight of that symbol and everything like that. And
it was
I
way
get
too
it.
soon. It was way too soon for
I
him.
get that's very heavy on you. And then all of a sudden you get that extra oomph, that serum. And then your friend dies. Your battle partner, everything. And then he goes ballistic. And I get it. I don't approve of it, of course, but I get it.
Right. And I don't think most people do get it, though. I don't think most people do get it. To me, Walker's extremely relatable. He's another soldier. I get it. You know, the man is suffering PTSD. I get it. He lost his battle buddy.
Right.
I get it. Most people I don't think would.
Correct.
So like I said, I had said, like, he you know, I said it from the very beginning. I never really saw him as a bad guy, because what he did, when you look at it, everything that he did overall, he wasn't villainous.
Right.
He did bad things, but he did it with I won't even say good intentions, because Thanos did what he did out of good intentions, but he wasn't trying to be malicious. He was actually trying to do the best thing, and he was still following under certain types of guidelines.
Right.
But his whole mental state, his whole mental stability was never there from the very beginning.
Nope.
Facts.
So for me, he really wasn't a bad guy. He just kind of didn't do things the right way. And he proved how much of a non-bad guy he really was towards the end, when he made that decision to go save the people. He proved that he is a hero.
Yep.
Because if he chose revenge rather than saving people, then we would realize he's too far gone.
Yeah, we would have had a different. Then we would have had a whole different thing, and we already realized his motto. And every person, and whether people want to acknowledge it or not, when you're in the military, you do try to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and you do hold that in the back of your head when you're making decisions. So in his head, even though he may not necessarily be carrying the shield physically, emotionally, he still is.
Oh yeah.
And he always will be carrying that shield,
right,
as much as possible.
Because it was an accomplishment. It's a great accomplishment. How many people did they elect to be Captain America out of the blue? Not that many. And he has happened to be the guy. But in his, like, what he dealt with, it was way too soon, because he came back from Kandahar and all those missions, and everything was Gucci when it was like, all right, cool. But then you started seeing, like, the losses, and with anything, the losses bring things out of you that you've forgotten as you gone along. Because he probably came home He was probably served his time. Everything was good. And then it was like you saw him crumbling as the losses kept increasing. He said him and Battlestar went in, they got mopped. They're like, all right, cool. We took our lickings. They're super soldiers. We got it. But then you see him getting sunned in every other aspect. The Dora Milaje coming in, and he's like, they weren't even super soldiers. And now he's like questioning his entire identity. Like, was I really as good as I thought I was? Or am I way too over my, like, am I in over my head? And if that's the case, did they elect the right guy, or am I just kidding myself? And
Right.
he had to come to terms with that. And then once he had the serum, that's when he was talking with Lamar. He said, would you take it? And then his conscience, his battle buddy, it once he lost him, it was like everything that he survived in all his other conflicts, the thing that held together was gone. And that's why he started to like lose it, and then went after old boy. And Chad said, it was like the only reason why they were mad at this fool because he got caught on camera. If he didn't
Right.
get caught on camera, it would have been business as usual.
Correct.
But in the heat of battle and the mindset he was in for revenge against his like fallen comrade, it's like, oh yeah, I forget that it's 2021 and everybody has a camera on their phone.
All right. So, and now this part kind of needs to be quick because we were a little over time. But it's okay. Oh yeah, it's all good because you're not editing this.
Correct. I'm editing other ones. I'm putting one up after this.
Sure you are. We'll see.
No, it's recorded.
Okay, next question is, what do you guys think the Captain America 4 movie that has been greenlit is going to be about? You know what? I'm gonna start with Chad. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, this is an event that happened in the comic book and is actually very relevant to what happened today. I can, as Sam is going around doing his missions and all that stuff, I think they're gonna introduce the hero Rage.
Oh.
And for those of you who don't know, Rage was a black superhero, young guy. He in the comic books he got arrested. I can't remember what he got arrested for, but he got arrested for something by the police, by this police force.
America?
Yeah, yep, by the Americops, and he got arrested for a crime he didn't really commit. And as Sam is doing his missions, he was torn between upholding the shield, not opposing the America cops. He was torn between that or fighting for his community because black people were like, why y'all arrest him? He's a hero. And I think that's what Captain America 4 is going to be about. They're going to do a version of it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Americops, but
It's going to be something.
It's going to be something, and I think it's going to be a variance of that.
Okay. You're up, sir.
I was legit about to say something of that nature. I was going to say it's going to be business as usual, so they're going to be a Cap film, but being that Sam is Cap, he's going to be brought in with a conflict. And even though some people found his speech at the end very preachy, but at the same time, much like Walker's display of aggression, Sam took that time to display a more emotional, humane resolution, where it's like, all right, cool. Y'all could be behind all your cabinet meetings and all your things where you could say you're busy, you don't have the time, but we done saved your lives and it's prime time. So you're going to hear what we say right now and what it's about. Some people found it preachy. I found like he took the opportunity to make things happen, and he did it because those people can't say that they never heard what he was talking about.
Right.
Because it happened right as clear as day, or night because it was night. And and I feel like that's definitely something that's gonna play a big part in the next one, where it's like, okay, Now that we know what the conflict is, now that we know that these people are the same as any other people, how are we gonna live going forward, and how is that gonna affect him to do his job as a new Captain America? So we're gonna see.
Right. Okay.
So,
I'm liking these answers. Well, we don't have. Oh, there we go. I was about to say we don't
yeah.
have Altaron.
So,
Live from the kitchen, it's
Altaron Robinson. All right.
so
What do you think the next Cap movie is gonna be about? Quick answer.
I think Chad's on the right on the money. I think and Servants is right on the money. I think they're gonna change it up a little bit. I think that story has a lot to do with today.
Oh, yeah.
I mean like Derek Chauvin and a whole bunch of other shit. I think they're gonna do a lot of like
Parallels.
mirror images of it, of not only comic but what happened in 2020 with George Floyd. I think there's gonna be a lot of like similar. I think there's gonna be like almost splitting image in a way.
Okay.
I also think that the I don't know this new group, but I'm definitely sure it's gonna be led by probably Lady Hydra as her, and Walker, because I think Walker's gonna be involved in it a lot.
Oh, the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts?
Well, I think he's just gonna be coming after. I think it's gonna be like as he's defending. I think it's gonna be Walker coming in on a, because he doesn't work necessarily for the United States government no more. He got this charge or whatever case may be. I think he's gonna be coming it from what's her name? Lady Hydra is gonna be the one that's gonna be making him making him go after.
Kind of want him to be a public face.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna happen. And the White Wolf, because apparently the Winter Soldier's done now. I think the White Wolf is gonna be he's gonna be involved, but not too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's gonna be a lot. I think they're gonna see another villain. We're also gonna see what Sharon Carter's up to, or who she's really fucking with.
So basically, you're calling this movie almost like a season 2.
It really is, because now they have 2 hours to actually put something in the movie. So we're gonna see what's up with Sharon Carter. We're gonna see what's up with a U.S. agent, and the storyline that Chad was talking about that's going to do, the comic that they're going to do, it's going to involve a lot of them. And because Sharon's back in the government, and she's doing double dealings,
and we might see her in.
So is Lady Hydra. Lady Hydra's involved in this shit somehow. So we're going to see a lot of things. We're going to see new villains, we might see a new hero. Maybe we might also see more villains. So we'll see what happens. I'm hopeful because they're using the same writer for the show and same director for the show to do the movie. So
that's good. So that way everything will be
a
nice cohesive story.
Yeah. So
they will never call her Lady Hydra in the MCU.
They won't.
She'll just that is my prediction. I could be completely wrong, but I doubt that they'll ever call her Lady Hydra.
Well, she hasn't revealed herself yet. I mean, she really hasn't revealed herself out to be dubbed that. You know what I mean? We only seen her interact with one person. We haven't seen her interact with Sam or anybody else.
I just don't see it. I think she's going to be a foil for Sharon Carter.
Because I really feel that Hydra is dead and gone.
I don't.
Only reason why is because it's an old foe that they don't want to add on to bring back after all of that shit in Winter Soldier, when they got all these other like groups that they can do. That's like true. They can still deal things with AIM that they still haven't touched yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, AIM on the other hand, I don't know. AIM would probably
AIM is big.
AIM's big, but it's probably more like a War Machine Ant-Man type of thing. You wouldn't see it in a Captain.
I mean, but see, the thing is, you can change that up. That in the comics, they weren't not able, but they didn't try to change it up in the comics. You can change that up in film.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
if you notice that them trying to change it up in film, it like they're not doing what they did before. So the characters are going to be played by not played by, but the characters are going to be the characters. Like they're not going to do something, they're not going to do the whole aim where it looks different. Aim is going to be aim. Like they're not going to go shy away from the character and the look and the image and the motive. They're not going to
no,
shy away
I
from
know that. I'm talking about like, okay, what is
He's talking
aim
about
at its
using an
core?
old. Yeah, you're basically talking about using like an old enemy and bringing them back. Like it's like
That's
been there,
what
done
Hydra
that.
is. They don't they want to go further and introduce new things. They don't want to delve too much with stuff that's been done before. They want to surprise people more.
Well, I mean,
At least I feel that they were, but I mean, I want to kind of move on because time is short. You gave me your good answers, really good. I just want to talk about, well, not talk about, but kind of skim through the new time, basically the new movies that will be coming out from Marvel
yep.
that they brought out today. Of course, as we know, Black Widow is coming out July 9th. Yes, it's been pushed back.
So good. I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's July. Yep.
July 9th.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Which looks good.
Yes, it does. September 3rd of this year. You got the
Shot by
Eternals, which does look awesome.
Oh, does it? Is
They
there a trailer out yet?
they showed a teaser footage of it today.
Okay, I'll check it out.
November 5th this year.
Spider-Man
No Way Home is December 17th. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th next year.
Okay.
Thor: Love and Thunder, May 6th next year. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I love that title for the second one. Supposedly, the movie is supposed to be more about the Wakandan community and how they're taking basically the loss of their king. And it's kind of like that's basically what they're doing, and kind of like seeing how the whole power struggle and power vacuum would happen. And basically they're showing Shiri and M'Baku and how they're all taking the whole thing according to what the director
Ryan
Coogler says. Then you got The Marvels, which is the new Captain Marvel title.
Okay.
Which is going to have Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Captain Marvel in it. November 11th next year. Then you got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I love that title. I don't know why, but it sounds like a WrestleMania.
Sounds like a video game on Super Nintendo.
That comes out
from Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, that comes out February 17th, 2023.
Damn.
Then you got Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Were you about to say Galaxy of the Guardians?
I was. May 5th, 2023.
Damn, that's it.
And yeah, so that's what we got coming together for us. They haven't mentioned anything about Blade yet, but they are.
We know who Blade is, but yeah.
Yeah, we know who Blade is. They haven't mentioned anything about Blade. They showed that same symbol of the Fantastic Four, but there's no date for that.
Yeah,
nothing about mutants yet. Still,
I would think
Morbius, is that still coming out?
Blade and Fantastic Four are going to be within the same year.
Yeah, and well, we still don't know yet because there's no news about it, and we still don't know anything about Deadpool. We do know that it's gonna be. We just don't know when.
Apparently, Emily Clark is playing Sue Storm.
Amelia Clark.
See, that's not confirmed.
Apparently,
that's definitely not confirmed yet, because they haven't even started the script yet. So they can't even do casting yet if they haven't gotten a script. Kevin Feige did say about the Deadpool movie that it's going to be filmed supposedly it was supposed to be starting filming during the beginning of this year or sometime like in the summer of this year. So, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll know new stuff about it sooner or later. But anyway, that is the pre-show. I mean, the post-show, everybody. Wow.
Did it again?
I'm screwing up on my own shit. That is the post-show, everybody, for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Hope you guys got a lot of cool information from this. If you guys got your own information, please put it in the comments down below. And you can actually find my buddy here, the Political Shield, every Friday night at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. My brain is dead today on Facebook Live. And also, I'm going to put up some information right here about the Bye Bye Belly Juice that his wonderful wife has put together. And trust me, she has a lot of testimonies that proves this stuff works. So, and I'm sure he's showing some too. There you go. He's not here right now, but you can catch our boy over here, Roundhouse, on twitch.tv/hereroundhouse84. And also you can catch me every Saturday on Saturday Night Live with my fiance.
Wrong.
Saturday Night Nightmares.
I said Saturday Night Nightmare.
You said Saturday Night Live.
I did Saturday Night. I'm fucking up everything. You can catch this guy somewhere. I don't know where you can catch him.
On the internet, being a scourge. That's what I do.
He's out.
He's out. Yes, that's right.
He knows it.
Also, really quickly, since it is May and they have new flavors, this episode is sponsored by Wild Bills. You can catch them on drinkwildbills.com. And I was about to say, what the hell was that? And put in the code True Story Bro. They have new flavors such as a Dr. Bill's, which is kind of like Dr. Pepper. And they have what's it, strawberry cream, which I have a box of. And I'm willing to share some. But it is really good. It kind of has a taste of strawberry shortcake. It's fantastic. And I hope you guys do buy it because, I mean, the shit is really good. And plus the business is military owned and operated. So you can't, I mean, it's a great deal. You'll be giving your props to the men and women of the service, and you'll be drinking some tasty beverages. Can't go wrong. And you can get these nice fancy cups. I'm just trying to go with the motions here. Anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe. All of our information is going to be under us. I'm sure I'm going to put it up there somewhere. And of course, we will see you next time on the next show, whenever that will be. Peace.
What he said.